Hey guys, in this video today, I'm going to tell you the 7 things that actually make you go poop. If you're wondering why you're having some weird bowel movements, why your bowel movements may change, or if you're wondering if there's something that you're eating that's making your bowel movements go out of whack, this video is for you. If you wait till the very end of the video, I'll give you my pro tip about what you can do to help out with your bowel movements. Let's begin. So I want to thank you guys for joining today. My name is Dr. Samir Islam, and yes, I am an actual poop doctor. My passion is to give you tips and tricks to help out with your gut health. If you're new to these video series, I do a lot of videos on patient education, medical education, and gut tips just like this video today. And so don't forget to click the like button, follow me on all my social media pages. At any point in time in the video, click on the show notes down below where I'll give more information about what I'm going to talk about in the video today. But guys, before we begin, don't forget to smash the like button so you can get more videos and more information about what you can do to help out with your gut health. But in today's video, let us talk about what are some of the foods that may make you poop. These are foods that you may not be aware of that can change your bowel habits. We can also talk about some of the activities that you may be doing that may change your bowel habits as well. Then lastly, I'll talk about some of the other things that may make your bowel movements out of whack so you can get your bowel movements in track so you don't have to worry about whether you're fluctuating between diarrhea and constipation. So guys, let's go ahead and talk about poop. So before we begin, let's keep an understanding that every bowel is different. Your bowel movement, it may not be the same as somebody else's. We all have unique guts. We all have different things inside our gut microbiome. We all eat very different material as well, so don't compare your poops to another person. I know you guys are doing it. I know this for a fact. If you're doing this, guys, try to make sure you don't compare bowel movements. It's not a very cool thing to do. And your gut can react differently with certain foods than somebody else. For me, for example, I know for me, my GI tract goes a little crazy if I have foods that are processed, and I know for me, I can't tolerate that. But I have a lot of other friends who can eat whatever they want and they feel great. So keep in mind that your GI tract is a huge organ with billions and billions of bacteria in it. And so what may affect you may not affect somebody else. So let's talk about the first thing that can change your bowel habits or change your bowel movements. That first thing is going to be garlic. People don't realize how much garlic can really affect your GI tract and how much garlic there is in a lot of foods that we eat. Garlic is part of the FODMAPs. Now, FODMAPs are certain carbohydrates which can really cause a havoc inside your GI tract. I'll put a link about what FODMAPs are and a video on this as well. But they're part of a group of certain carbohydrates and starches that really can play a havoc when it comes to your GI tract. And people don't realize that garlic is in a lot of foods, a lot of spices to make the foods good. I love garlic myself, but garlic is a very common trigger for a lot of people who have gut issues, and this can make your gut issues a lot worse as well. And so if you have gut issues, try to eliminate garlic to see if that makes a difference with respect to your bowel habits. And if that doesn't work, try to go into the FODMAP groups, which I put a link on future videos about what that could be. Now, another food which is very common are sugar-free candies. A lot of people have these candies or gums which are sugar-free and they claim to be healthy. Now they may be healthy for you, but what they contain is that they contain certain sugar alcohols called polyols, which are non-absorbable. So what I mean by that is that you may be having these sugar-free gums, sugar-free candies, and not realizing you're ingesting a substance that you can't digest. And so when it goes into your gut, it goes like an atomic bomb. Things just explode everywhere. You have a lot of gas, bloating, and diarrhea. And this is a very common reason why you guys may be having some gut issues. Comment down below and let me know if you've been having sugar-free candy, if you notice bowel issues with respect to that. Because for a lot of people, this could be a reason why you're having some gut issues that are going on there as well. And for a lot of people who have diarrhea, by eliminating sugar-free candies, sugar-free gums, you may be helping out with some of your gut issues that could be getting worse by ingesting these particular foods. Another food I'm going to talk about is soda. Yes, soda. I know we love Dr. Pepper here in the South, and I know we love sodas everywhere that I go. And I love drinking sodas myself, but for a lot of people, the ingredients in soda, whether it's caffeine or sugars, can really make a problem inside your GI tract. So keep that in mind that sugars sodas are a very common problem because of the sugars that are in there to make your gut issues a lot worse. Stress. We know there's a connection between the brain and the gut that is real, that is legitimate. And for a lot of my patients who have gut issues, it may be manifested inside their anxiety or depression they may have. And so for a lot of us who deal with patients who have conditions like IBS, diarrhea, or bloating, if we know that anxiety, stress, depression is playing a significant role in your gut issues, we try to tackle that. And by tackling that, we're actually killing two birds with one. We're affecting your stress, we're minimizing that, we're also helping out with your gut issues. I have a lot of information. I'll put a link down below on some videos that we can do to help out with your stress and the gut-brain connection that is real. If you're having a lot of anxiety, a lot of just things going on in your life, find ways to minimize that, whether it's yoga, going outside for a walk, finding ways to de-stress, or if you need to be on something to help you out with that, make sure you speak to a healthcare provider about what options we can provide for you, because I can tell you, when we can deal with the stress, a lot of your gut issues will go away. Agave. Now, agave is a very common fruit that can, for a lot of people, can cause some gut issues to occur. There is a high ratio of what's called fructose. Now, fructose is one of those sugars that are part of that FODMAP group, which can really affect your gut issues. And by minimizing those fructose, by minimizing the agave, a lot of my patients start to feel better. So if you have a lot of agave, if you enjoy that, that may be a reason why you're having some of your gut issues, including bloating, changing your bowel habits, and also you're making your poop become very, very weird as well. Your ethnicity. This is a very common problem a lot of people don't realize. So there are certain ethnic groups that are more prone to having intolerances to certain foods. So for example, lactose and dairy. We know for a fact that those of us who are from South Asia, whether it's in India, whether it's in Pakistan, whether it's in Nepal, we become lactose intolerant. And those of us who are Asian from China or Japan, we become lactose intolerant as well. There are certain ethnicities within the South American region or even in North America that can make you more prone to develop some intolerances as well. So keep that in mind. We know that people from the Norwegian area tend to have a high predominance of celiac disease. So your ethnicity may play a role that may set you up to having worsening bowel issues and also having some issues when it comes to certain food intolerances. Medical conditions, especially diabetes, is a very common reason why you can have a lot of gut issues. Poorly managed diabetes will lead to gut issues. This is a fact. It can lead to a lot of conditions like gastroparesis, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, dumping syndrome, diarrhea. But in addition, the medications that we use for diabetes, such as metformin, may be a reason why you're having gut issues as well. So if you have diabetes and it's poorly controlled, this is going to be an uphill battle for us to address your gut issues because the root cause is going to be diabetes. So if you have that condition, try to do the best that you can to manage it. If you're on medications for diabetes and you're having gut issues, speak to your healthcare provider, especially if you're on metformin. It is a very common cause for a lot of people to have gut issues when they have diabetes. So make sure you speak to a healthcare provider about whether you need to be on different treatments for your diabetes or whether we can do a more effective, maybe natural lifestyle changes to help out with your diabetes as well. My pro tip for you guys, now that we talked about all of the things that can really affect your gut issues, what can you do? What is the number one thing I'm going to recommend to help out with your gut issues? The first thing I would recommend is try to implement the FODMAP diet. I have information on here about this particular diet, but this is the best diet when it comes to gut issues. When you compare this to all the other diets that are out there, paleo, keto, Whole30, everything that's out there, the best clinical evidence for a lot of gut issues is the FODMAP diet, being on a low FODMAP diet. If you don't know what this is, I have a link down below about what this diet is. I'll also put a link on my course on how to treat patients who have IBS with the FODMAP diet. Try to avoid lactose or dairy. People don't realize that this is a very common trigger for a lot of you. Keep in mind, your race or ethnicity may set you up to become lactose intolerant. So if you're having gut issues, try to minimize lactose or dairy, and also avoid processed foods. The combination of a low FODMAP diet, avoiding dairy, and avoiding processed foods for the vast majority of my patients can really help out with your gut issues, help to have you more effective bowel movements, and quit that fluctuation between diarrhea and constipation as well. This is my pro tip just for my patients. Comment down below, let me know if you tried to implement these pro tips, or if there's another pro tip that you guys may have to help out with my patients who have gut issues. So in summary, everybody reacts differently to different foods or different stresses or different situations. Don't compare your food and your gut to somebody else's. Everyone's very unique. Everyone is very different as well. Watch out for those FODMAPs. These are very common triggers for a lot of my patients who have issues with their gut, issues with their bowel, and by minimizing that, we can really make them feel a lot better as well. And keep in mind, stress plays a huge role in gut issues. If you're stressed, you have a lot of anxiety or depression, find ways to minimize that stress. If you need help for that, don't be shy about asking your healthcare provider about what you can do to help out with your stress as well. And always, 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 before you make any changes, speak to your healthcare provider about what changes you want to implement to make sure it's safe for you. So guys, my question for you guys is, have you noticed a particular trigger that makes you go to the restroom a lot more than normal? Have you noticed a particular trigger that makes you have changes in your bowel habits? Comment down below. My audience and me will love to hear what you guys have to say about this particular question. I want to thank you guys for joining today. Every Tuesday I do my videos, and every Thursday I do my Poop Tip Thursday, or I drop one poop bomb for the week. Don't forget to follow me on my social media. Click on the like button. Let me know on the comments down below what you guys think of this video. Look forward to seeing you guys on more videos. Hope you guys have a great, happy, and healthy day. Take care. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. If you are interested in more information about the low FODMAP diet, I have a video over here. Also, if you're interested in learning about what you can do to help treat your IBS naturally, I'll put a link about my course on how to treat IBS.